Hey, I'm doing a video in response to this whole Derrick Jaxn thing that's been going on. Now, he got exposed as being a cheater when his whole channel was about not cheating. And I mean, really, I've been watching some videos like on Abba and Preach and Amazing Lucas. They're just tearing him up, calling him a hypocrite. And then he has this response video with his wife talking about, I take responsibility, and there she is in the video and nodding her head and stuff. And then he had the gall to do a reaction video of that, which he talks about himself in the third person. Very odd. Anyways, I wanted to do a video about loyalty, right? And cheating. I myself am a believer in God. You can call me a Christian man. But I wanted to talk about the whole idea of loyalty and being hypocritical and all of that stuff. So, in my mind, for every action, every time there is an action, there's a trinity that has to occur, right? The first part is you have to have the ability for every action. So think about a criminal, right? If they're going to if they're going to commit a robbery, three things need to be present. One, you have to have the ability. You have to have the physical ability to get in there and do it. You have to have the tools. The second thing you need is the opportunity. You need to have an actual place to rob. You have to have a place where there's no security, and you have the time to do something. And then the third thing is you need to have the will. You need to have the drive and the desire to do this. Now, when it comes to having the Trinity, that's not all you need. You can have the ability, the opportunity, and the will to do something. But there's a third thing that needs to happen. Something that needs to happen to pull the trigger. And that is what we're going to examine today, right? So, think about when it comes to somebody wanting to take someone out. Say they have a weapon or whatever. They have the ability, they have the gun, they have the opportunity, the person's right there. They have the desire, this person killed one of their family members or something. But what is it that stops them from pulling the trigger? What makes them pull the trigger or not pull the trigger? All of these things can be there. They can have the want and all of that stuff, but they don't do it. What is it? And it's my belief that it is the value system, morality, or in my eyes, God, right? So, when it comes to cheaters, think about it. If they have the ability, let's say I'm married. I am married, for example, and let's say my wife's gone or something like this. This would never happen, but let's say my wife is gone. So I have the opportunity. I have a woman in mind, and so I have a woman in mind, so I have the opportunity, and I have the ability. Let's say this person finds me attractive. And let's say I have the will, I want to do this with this person. Will that happen? That depends on whether or not I have if I want to cross that morality guideline. For example, if I believe that it is a sin to commit adultery, it's less likely to happen. And that's where I think that loyalty largely depends on your morality, or whether or not you want to commit sin or not. Now, I make no mistake, I know that there are many Christian men, there are many believers in God, across all religions, whether you're atheist, you believe in God or whatever, a lot of people cheat. We all know that. We all know that many Christians and many believers in God cross that line. I mean, it's ridiculous to how many hypocritical believers there are. But when someone is taking it seriously in their life and someone actually believes that it is a sin and they will not cross that point, you are less likely to cross that line. Now, the thing that I have a problem with this whole Derrick Jaxn thing, right, is the hypocrisy, the amazing hypocrisy, and that's why everybody's attacking him. So, sorry, I took notes because I I have PTSD, and I don't have a really good memory, so sometimes I write things down just so that I whatever. But anyways, one thing that I wanted to say is those who make money off of videos like Derrick Jaxn, who does anti-cheating videos, and women, you need to know your worth, and if a man is cheating on you, then you need to drop him and stuff like that. This guy makes money off of doing that. So he is far less likely to admit when he is cheated. All right? And the more a person like this is going to be more hypocritical when they make money off of that than somebody who just does a video like I'm doing, and they say, hey, look, I know I said this before, but I messed up, I'm sorry, rather than somebody who has hundreds of thousands of followers, or even millions. I forget how many Derrick Jaxn has, and he built all of his money off of this, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he says he screwed up. No, dude, this is your whole empire. Your whole empire right now is falling, and that is why he got his wife in the video, because he knows that if people don't respect him anymore, his whole empire is gone. But yeah, it's just the reason why so many men are upset with Derrick Jaxn is because for so long he has elevated himself to a level of incorruptibility, and he's said, other men, are trash, and these are the things you need to look for, and all this stuff, and he's pretty much covered almost every type of man, right? And so all these men are like, dude, you are not perfect. I don't know why you're acting like you're perfect, and you're trying to get women in this state of mind that to expect this certain type of man, but that's not realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand what it is with, really what it is he doesn't have that much content in his videos. He's like, well, I already covered this, I already covered that. Let me destroy another type of man. It's crazy. Anyways, it just rubs me the wrong way, and it rubbed a lot of men the wrong way. You can see so many reaction videos about this, and I don't wish anybody is canceled, but when it comes to this type of person, when it comes to being a hypocritical, everyone in my eyes is hypocritical at something in some point. But this is a different type of hypocrisy. This is someone who has talked down to all kinds of men, all kinds of people, and he's made money off of it. And so this is just a total different type. But anyways, that's all I have for now. I'm trying to do a video every day, and especially things that just rub me the wrong way, and this is one of those things. So, subscribe, like the video, whatever, but I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.